Hi, I'm April Yvette and welcome back. In this new blog series called Ask April, I asked my blog subscribers, what's the one big question that you have for me? And I'll create a video response. So we're on question number 2 in this series, and it comes from Layla. Thank you for your question, it's a great one. So Layla has some grown kids. She's trying to figure out what is it that's my real purpose in life. Can you help me with that? So the question is, how can I really find out my purpose of life? So here's my answer to that. So I have read a lot of books and I've read a lot of online blog posts and looked at what the thought leaders say about finding or discovering your purpose. And what I have discovered, one of the things that resonates with me is one thing that Eckhart Tolle talked about in the book A New Earth. He said that you have an inner purpose and an outer purpose. And the inner purpose is for us, all of us. Every single human being has the same inner purpose, which is to awaken. And what he means by that is to separate from the thinking mind to the soul, or to the true self. And I believe that. I believe that really is all of our purpose, is to awaken, to become conscious, to become self-aware. Self-aware is really another way to describe that. So start being the observer of your thoughts instead of your thoughts running your life. That's the first step. The outer purpose can change. I call it your true calling. So your true purpose, your true calling, whatever you want to call it, I believe it changes based on what season you're in your life. There's a lot of different unique gifts, talents, and abilities that we all have. You just got to get clear on what that is for you. So here's the process that I did to discover my purpose. Okay, so number 1, you've got to declare it. To get clarity on anything, you have to say to yourself, I am going to discover what my true purpose is in life, and I'm going to be crystal clear on it. Because if we go around thinking thoughts like, oh gosh, I can never figure it out, it's just so hard to understand, I never really know what my purpose is, I feel so confused. If you feel confused about it and you keep saying that and thinking that over and over again, you'll never discover it. It'll never seem clear to you. So you got to say, I am going to be clear on what my purpose is or what my calling is right now in my life. Make the declaration. Then the second step is to search. There are a lot of books that you can read on discovering your true calling or your true path or your life purpose. There are a lot of articles online that are free. There are programs that you can pay for that from coaches that can help you discover what your life purpose is. And so I recommend that you go do some searching on that. So I started reading books. I read probably, I want to say 12 books on that. I also read online articles from experts. I paid for a coaching session with 2 different people to talk about get their feedback on what they saw for me intuitively for my life purpose, and I took that into consideration. So searching is next. By the way, the articles online, some of these books, there's exercises in those books, which is the next part. You have to do, it's an excavation process. And by the way, when you're discovering who you really are, your authentic self, that's really the first step. Discovering what you really love to do, you've got to go through the exercises to discover who you really are, what you really love, what makes you feel joy, what makes you feel passion, what makes you feel enthusiastic. What are those activities during the day that you're doing? Maybe in your work if you own a business, or if you work for a company, or whatever that is. Get clear on what are the activities that I'm doing on a daily basis in my job, or in my work, or in my life that bring me joy, make me feel enthusiastic, make me feel passionate, that make me feel deeply curious. That's another clue to your passion, being deeply curious. And then once you do the processes, look for common threads. So look for the things that keep showing back up in your life, the things that you do that comes natural to you, that takes the least amount of effort, but you do really well. Sometimes it's easy to overlook what that is because it's so easy for you to do it. All right, secondly, journaling. So as you're doing the excavation process, write down the common threads. Write down the things that you love, that bring you passion, that you're enthusiastic about. And then test the idea. Like after you write it down in a sentence, say it out loud to yourself and go, how does that make me feel when I say that? If it makes you feel excited, eager, uplifted, expanded, lighter, joyful, passionate, then you know you're on the right track. That's a clue pointing you in the direction of maybe something that's calling you to do, like your purpose or your calling. Number 5, ask for help. This is so big. Most people, sometimes we're too close to the forest to see the trees. You gotta ask for help. Get a friend, somebody you've known for a long time that knows you pretty well, a family member, a friend, somebody who's willing to give you some good, solid advice, some feedback, not to tell you something, and then you get to determine whether you really sense that that is true for you or not, based on what feedback they give you. Or you can hire a coach or pay for a program to help you uncover your purpose or your calling. That's really the best way to do it. And then last is surrender. Don't get caught up on, I'm supposed to discover my purpose in this week and I haven't yet. Well, it's a process. It may not show up this week. It may not show up next month. Sometimes it takes 3 months to show up, but you've got to be surrendered to it and knowing I am going to discover my purpose. I'm going to be crystal clear on this. Write it down and then focus on it. So that's it. I hope this has been helpful for you in discovering your true purpose in life, your calling. To learn more about what I do, you can go to www.aprilyvette.com. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.